And we need the clicker.
I would like you all to imagine that each and every one of these elected officials in this room are to some extent being bribed, turned, or proven not to be trustworthy. The European Union is a powerful union. We are united by our shared values, political priorities, and foreign policy. A blessing we might take for granted. The 27 member states that have each committed and chosen to be a part of an international union that acts in the interests of the member states and makes a great powerhouse, and for some, a great enemy. Foreign powers are currently threatening this. There are many areas where the European Union makes a desirable partner. We are a dominant commercial union with a variety of diplomatic connections and influence. We are respected as a continent in the eyes of global powerhouses such as the United States, China, and India. 27 member states are in an alliance of shared knowledge, trade, and intelligence in favor of the people of the European Union. An ideal many nations and countries only could dream of. This power comes with a heavy burden of duty, a duty that makes us strong but also leaves us vulnerable to corruption. Corrupting the European Union would give you power over 27 governments and 450 million citizens. Foreign nations corrupting the Union would lead to EU institutions' integrity being at risk and open to attacks by hostile nations. This can cause our allies and our member states to lose faith in the European Union. This is not only a danger for the coming years, but for generations to come.
If you take a look at the current situation regarding the topic we face, a reality, where Qatar is allegedly bribing members of this House or people who are linked to this parliament. Russian interference not only in the United States, but also regarding Brexit, and it doesn't even stop there. Our upcoming election is a prime target for Russian interference, and their goal is to weaken the European Union for their own very benefit. If we don't protect our democracy, it needs to be protected, we will have some difficulties in the future. The truth is, our internet is already bombarded with foreign fake news, opposing our very own values. And the very reason why this is problematic is because this foreign influence weakens our upright to vote for our European principles, institutions, and it weakens our very own foundation. It is our responsibility as members of the European People's Party to defend this and protect our freedom and right to vote. It is irreplaceable for us.
With all of the challenges that we are facing in Europe nowadays, we need to see the apathy as our biggest enemy. That's one of the messages that we want to send to all the young people in the European Union. We don't want just to tell them that they need to vote and to say that it's so important to be politically active. Our main goal is to make them really understand and to change their behavior, and they need to see how important is their interest, and even more important, to make them engage with the protest that happens in our union right now, because it's going to matter for everyone for every years after that. And, of course, when you see our target group, the best way to be in a good touch with them is to have a very good managed social media campaign.
So So, this social media campaign will include a 30-second video, and after that we will have an invitation for our target group to proceed with searching information in a specially created website. Also, because we want to engage them for long term, we would advise them and recommend and encourage them to do a video about their view of integrity. So, after that, because taking actions have to be kind of measured and we want to be sure that our process is in action, we will check, of course, the way with how video views we get and also the engagement rate of our group. But also, this campaign is not only a single action. We want to continue long term, and because of that, the engagement of the EPP Group is also important. And what actually the EPP members can do, we think that is that they can provide more transparency about their work and that they can protect the European citizens, the European People Party itself from corruption and external interference, because we already saw that even the European Parliament is not protected from interference. So we encourage you to stick to our values.
The European Union is not just a union. It's our home, a great continent, and a global powerhouse. It is now 9 months left until the continental elections are being held. Election period leaves us open to attack from foreign states outside the Union and their attempts to control the outcome of the election. An election that defines the Union for the next 5 years to come. Now is not the time for discussion or suspicion. Now is the time for action. So stand with us, fellow Europeans, against corruption with Europe. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to have 3 minutes. Firstly, we're going to hear from Lydia Pereira just about the topic. I wonder what your impression of that pitch was. We'll just take a few comments from you quickly, yeah. That's number 11 for the sound team, yeah.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Lovely to hear your presentations and congratulate you on your work during these days. Well, the topic that you guys bring here today is a very topical one, is a very timely one. As you know, in the past months, the European Parliament has been heated by some series of scandals. And I think this is relevant. Why? Because we need to rebuild trust of people in democracy. Democracy today is at its lowest levels of acceptance, of approval. And therefore, we need to take action, and that's one of your main messages in a closing argument. We need to take action, and we need to make sure that people can trust the elected representatives they have in the houses of democracy, as in this one. So I believe these are topics of interest for all young Europeans that will be voting for the first time or for the second time or voting for the European elections, and so congratulate you on your capacity to bring such a complex topic to the discussion.
Thanks, Lydia. Okay, yeah, let's take some questions then. We'll have a couple of minutes. Hands up if you have a comment or a question. I know it's difficult because you don't want to criticise anyone's work, but everybody in the room put their hands up. Everybody, put your hand up. Let's just get them exercised, and it's the last morning. Put your hand down if you have zero thoughts about what was just said. Great, 39. No, okay, 200, please.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Linda from Germany. Thank you very much for your presentation. I was just wondering, you were talking about how to reach all the people and to get close to them with social media and all the video campaigns. And I'm wondering, is there anything you can reach the people who are not on social media or who don't follow EPP? So with that topic that's so important. Thank you.
Well, we can develop this idea, of course, further, and reaching people who are not engaged in social media can be attained, for example, through schools. I think this is a better way to do that, because especially if we try to encourage youth, because we're all here like youth generation, we have to start with school and of course the last grades of high school. So we can do that actually. And if we speak of elder people or something like middle age, we can of course try to do other kind of campaigns, maybe posters on the streets and other, yeah. Thank you.
I'd just like to say hi to Isabel Vizela Lima as well, who's an EPP Group MEP, who I missed you there. Wonderful to have you here if you'd like. Perhaps would you be willing afterwards to make comments about the next group? Are you willing to participate? Okay, wonderful, thanks as well. Any other comments in the room though? Yeah, 288. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jean-Louis Anne from Belgium. I think really the idea is really interesting because also of all happens these last months. One concern I have is how could you target people that don't trust the medias anyway? Because it also might be a big challenge. I see many young people that believe in conspiracy theories and stuff. How could you convince them to follow this app?
As we are facing this issue, we have data to provide them with actual facts. The general media doesn't always get to every one of us, but we can make it a big spread with all of us. Every one of us can spread a message to fight corruption and tell them what are the facts about it, where it is happening, and what we can do to fight against it.
Okay, big round of applause. I think that's all we've got time for on the Q&A. Let's have a massive round of applause for this team, though, for putting the effort. They've worked through the night. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Now we get to vote. So the question we're asking is, will a social media campaign like the one that they've proposed stop you from scrolling? So everybody knows how it works. Green button, the circular button on the inside next to the sticker is in favor, the white one is abstain, and the red one is against. 357 has a question. You have a question, an urgent question. Please.
Good morning, everyone. It's a more general organizational question. I'm wondering if we are going to see the videos this group or the video this group proposed.
Well, if they get approved, if we do it, then they will have the opportunity to create such a video on this topic. No. This group doesn't have a specific video. There are some groups that have videos, but the idea is that if they win, there will be a chance for them to pitch to the social media team to put this campaign together. Okay, so let's open the vote. The vote is open. Would this campaign stop you from scrolling on your phone? The vote is open. Oh yeah. Ah, there we go. Keep voting.
Just to explain that. Yes means.
So, obviously, it's a good thing to stop scrolling, right? So it's a positive. It's a good thing that they will have caught your attention. We'll give it a few more seconds. If your vote is not registered yet, do it now. Okay, vote is closed. Let's find out how well you did. 254 people in favor of your campaign. Very well done. Okay, we'll see if that matches up with the other 7 groups. Thank you. Oh, no, sorry, yeah. Oh. Awkward. Sorry, 55 people in favour, 173 against, actually. But you never know. There might be some good numbers against other people as well. And 26 abstain. Who's abstaining? Sorry, guys, that's really my fault. Good luck. Let's see how you do.